this connection, communication, I think there's nothing better way than through art and technology to express ourselves through art. So when it comes to Nikola Tesla, I'm very proud to be originally Serbian and very proud to be a part of this foundation and bring on the legacy of Nikola Tesla, because they mentioned that we never forget who Nikola Tesla was and what he has brought to the society and the world. And then the aspect of the art, I'm currently working on the more contemporary art and modern art and installations. You can now see an installation of mine with huge 9 pieces with music behind. So there's interaction with mixed media. That's a mixed media artist. So combining music, art, and people can interact with the installation and with the art, and you can actually feel something, because it's very important to feel, right? If you feel something, you can understand it. So this is why I think the art and technology aspect of bringing the legacy of Nikola Tesla is important. So our next step in the future in the Tesla Science Foundation is that we do more music, more installations, more technology part to invest into the Tesla's legacy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Since you mentioned music, we have Dr. Nada Martinovic here, who, I mean, there is no better person to talk about that and to connect Tesla with the music world. So, Nada, can you tell us what connects Tesla and the music, the art of music?
Absolutely. So, good morning, first of all, or almost good afternoon. And just to piggyback on what Anna Maria said, you know, everything happens for a reason. So it was just a way for you to discover your innate talent and contribute to Tesla Science Foundation. Well, first of all, I'm really honored to be part of this insightful panel on cultural diplomacy through arts and technology. And yes, I do have my cheat sheets because I can get very excited about the subject, and I'm very cognizant about the time. So what I would like to bring to this panel and kind of tie everything together, if I may, is just to go beyond the general appreciation of music and its functions in society, and to examine it from prism of frequency, vibration, and energy. And these concepts seamlessly align with principles of quantum physics, medicine, and they also echo Nikola Tesla's groundbreaking ideas. Just to give you an insight what I'm coming from, I'm former professor of music at Kent State University, certified musical therapist, and director and founder of Serbian Children's Choir, and vice president of Tesla Science Foundation. So through my work, basically, I'm tying a lot of things together, and I hope that I can contribute in this panel as well.
How about that therapeutic part of music? Because I heard that going through, you know, almost all panelists mentioned therapeutic part of music. What is that in music? Is it frequency, is it vibration, or something else? And what are the contemporary finds of science in terms of that?
So beyond normal, I would say, well-known psychological impacts of music, such as evoking emotions, enhancing memory, facilitating learning, sound also has tangible effects on our physiological state. Sound frequency and, for instance, in noise pollution can significantly influence our health and well-being. Tesla's understanding of the universe as a symphony of energy and vibration aligns with my interest in my research. So let's say, I would just flip my notes. For instance, research has shown that different sound frequencies can have distant physiological effects on our body. For instance, low frequency sounds, such as like deep bass note or like sound of hum, can induce relaxation and deep breathing. These sounds have been found to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes a state of calmness and relaxation. When we hear low frequency sounds, our heart rate tends to slow down, blood pressure decreases, and muscle tension eases. On the other hand, high frequency sounds like sharp whistle or screeching noise can create feelings of alertness and tension, and that actually goes, it's the development of human species. It was a way of defending themselves. They needed to recognize the sound and react to it. So, interestingly, certain sound frequencies have been used in therapeutically to promote healing and well-being. For instance, sound frequencies in range of 432 hertz are believed to resonate with the natural frequency of the universe and can promote a sense of harmony and balance, for instance. Then I can list all of the, frequencies, but it goes beyond this panel. But definitely research has shown it. There are some also speculations about music being able to destroy cancer cells. That was a study done in Brazil, although we need some peer review, kind of
To confirm.
Confirmation, exactly. We have to be very cautious when we read such studies. But again, the awareness is there, and definitely we are heading in that direction.
That's why I'm checking with the experts. I actually found that information, and I went to Nedic quickly and said, can you please do a deep research on this? Is there really any truth in this? It was about Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, curing cancer. So Nadia's on top of it now. Another part of Tesla that, again, aligns with art, all forms of art, is his humanitarian perspective to everything he did. So he did not work for fame or for profit. All he wants was good for all people. How do you relate to your work in that sense to making this earth a better place for all of us to live? How does your work relate?
I have mentioned that if you were dying of cancer, I actually believe that I had cancer because and I was introduced to somebody that had machines called the Reich machines. Does anybody know what the Reich machine is? And they actually destroy cancer. And so it's not music. What you do is like a singer would do this and tap a goblet, and then you hear the singer. The singer has to hear that, and then he goes 11 octaves higher. And when he goes to that high, 11 octave higher, it shatters the glass. The same thing happens with cancer. But if you want trouble, it's an $850 billion industry, probably $1 trillion industry, that would be removed because you can cure diseases and destroy cancer cells. You can destroy viruses, and this all came from Tesla. And you can the vibration. So I just wanted to say no that's the question, because my life was saved because of that. But you can't have these machines because they don't want these. The doctors don't want them because they get money. So the question that you had. So when you are passionate about it, you're able to put the soul, and people can feel what you're thinking. So in the case of humanity, if you're thinking humanity while you're building this cultural sharing, and it's important. And this was probably the fastest sculpture ever made. When me and Andre did this, President Andre, he said, this is impossible. We had 3 weeks, and when I came back, we got to make it bigger. He said, it's now really impossible. And we did. I said, do the best, but I believe you get help from outside sources, and it really is a wonderful statue. Not doing this, but not because of me, but in spite of me, and because we worked together. He did his best. I did my best, and I really believe that it embodies his essence. So I hope you can.
since yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We also have a lot of children involved in Tesla Foundation or through different activities. How do you believe your work impacts children, their reaction to sculptures?
We are all creators, and I intentionally try to get children involved. I did a set of family fathers, and I had whole elementaries come down and put clay on it. The reason I did it was, as a sculptor, you wear out your thumbs. By the time you're 65, you can't hold a tool anymore. So I wanted them to put it on. So, but as they grow, and in the case of Tesla, I would really like elementary schools and people to be involved, to go and have them build. We build ourselves. We want to see things built. And in our case, we use fire, molten metal, and it's exciting. But I'm going to let Andre or someone else talk.
Sculpture is like one of kind of art that you can touch. You can't touch paint, right? But you can touch sculpture. And 2 years ago, when we were here, we show one of statue, and Stan told about vibration on all. Everywhere we leave traces or how it's called? Texture from our tools, and that looks like vibration. And if you touch, for example, you are blind or you can't see, but you can touch, and you can feel through your touching with this sculpture. You can feel vibration. As we feel this vibration when we build the statue. That's how I think we can connect with somebody who disabled or something.
The vibration, what your thoughts are, have a vibration, and they're very real. And so you can say good vibrations or bad vibrations. At the end of the day, it's good vibrations, and it's not a beetle or a what are they called? Beach Boys. But he was very right on, and this is love, and you can just change the environment with good vibrations. Some of us are Christian. You can tell when you feel the Spirit, because everything is peaceful and calm, and we can turn we can turn this world into a loving place that all of us really desire. We have to teach bigotry but all of this is based. So I'm going to let somebody else.
I'm all about good vibrations, and I love that. Thank you, Beach Boys, too. And but again, that's art, and that's mainstream pop culture. So good vibrations, pop culture, music, but maybe it all boiled down to Tesla and nobody knew it. But I would just want to say, from a humanitarian perspective, like that was the big takeaway, is that we have the war of currents. We have the Edison, we have the Tesla. We have the Tesla that wanted to share his inventions and his work with the world, didn't care for the money aspect, didn't care for the fame and notoriety aspect. But then we have the alternate side of Edison, who's the marketer and salesperson. And yeah, so we have this interesting dichotomy here, this competition. And for me, anyways, I feel very much like I'd love to just share. I don't want to feel like I need to make money for my work. And I feel like teaching is a great way for me to share my passion. And for what I produce, it's a combination of a love of art, but it's a love of technology. And a way to share humanitarianism would be, okay, how do we engage the youth with technology and Nikola Tesla and art? Well, 3D printing is one way to do that. And not to be a shill, but here's the magnetic Nikola Tesla chess set, so you can see you can play it even on the ceiling if you wanted. What's in space, on a plane, anywhere you want to play it. But the point is that they're all designed with sculpture or with design in mind. There's a story behind each piece, like the pigeon pawn and the Warding Cliff Bishop, etc. But it's basically a way to educate not just children, but also adults that love to play chess or want to learn how to play chess. What's the significance of each piece? You're actively engaging people and playing chess, using their mind, but also saying, well, what's the story behind each piece, and how you can educate people about Tesla and about the war of currents. And I won't spill the beans, but there is another version of this that will be released this year. I don't know if I should show it today, but I'm going to leave it at that. But the point is that through interactivity, through engagement, through art, through technology, we can help tell a Tesla story.
Thank you so much. And just to circle back to cultural diplomacy, one final questions, and I'll give you a few minutes to ask if you have any questions. Nada, can you tell us, we all know the saying that music is a universal language. How does music impact cultural diplomacy? In what positive ways we connect?
Sure. Yes, we hear that statement a lot, that music is universal language. I really like to correct that a little bit. In order to truly understand that and use that expression, as we deeply need to understand the culture where the music coming from. So I like to say that music is universal form of human expression. And by that, we can connect with on that level, we can connect with everybody and everywhere, truly. And I find that to be true to my work. My children who are not native Serbian singers or speakers quickly learn in Serbian, and they've been accepted everywhere we sang, even though the audience didn't understand the word of Serbian. And sometimes I had kids who don't even speak English. who don't even speak Serbian, but they sing fluently in Serbian language. So I think that's the way that music is really a future and a kind of fusion that fuses all these elements together, in my view. And I really truly agree with what Mr. Stan mentioned. I really want to piggyback on that. The traditional music therapy relies mostly on emotional response to music. So it evokes emotions, and let's say that's the way to communicate with people with Alzheimer's or people who had stroke. So that that emotion kind of plays a big role. However, I believe that music goes beyond that, and that we come to frequency, using frequencies to specifically target areas in the brain that we can stimulate, and that's the way to go. So that actually sparked interest in me to truly pursue that.
Amazing. It looks like we have endless opportunities for the betterment of this world when it comes to art and merging it with technology. Who knows where we're going to be if we just steer everything in the right direction. Thank you very much, everyone. Do you have any final words, or can I turn it to the audience? Yes, we also have a movie that talks about Mr. Stan Watts and Andre's work. Due to some technical difficulties, we're going to move it for the beginning of the second part of the program, so after the lunch. But that's another way to learn about their work and where you can see it and how you can support it, and to just spread the word, because that's the best promotion of what we do as a foundation and what the people that are related to a foundation are doing. Any questions from the audience? Don't be shy. Okay, Milan.
I do artwork myself, and so I'm very familiar with that creative process. When you're creating, whether it's music, whether it's art, one of the things that I heard Stan saying is that, if I may call you Stan, be very familiar with him. There's this connectivity I think you brought up, and that is you begin to recognize that you are a channel of sorts. And so that's what I'm hearing in music, that's what I'm hearing in art. And as a channel, then you open yourself up to this greater cosmic whatever we'd like to call it, coming through. Do you agree with that?
Yes. Here, that's what we're the source, and the source is where we are. We all have access to it. We don't listen to it or be a vessel. We're far better with that source than we are without it. And so if I pray for help, someone comes from Russia, I'm getting one. And I'm going to tell you, he's probably the greatest artist that I know. The only question, and I asked him the same thing, I said, answer me, why are you doing this? Are we doing it for money? And so we haven't made money. I'm not sure. No, we're doing it, but if you're doing it for something else, for the purpose, which is the purpose, and if you do that, then the statue literally exudes it. So when we unveiled the statue 2 years ago here, it could have been, it's another one, or it could be, and it was the latter. And that's all an artist wants is that. Thank heavens, this group of people with Tesla, they love this statue because there could be well, I wish we would have done a different way or this, but everybody sees the truth. That's why it's, and we expose ourselves as artists for the world to go, very mediocre. But in the case of this, and when you're doing something for a good purpose, for a great man. So I learned about it. In 2008, I wanted to do Tesla because I heard about it. And it was the same statue. And Wanda said, we should do a statue of Nikola Tesla. And no sooner than we did one sitting and standing than we got a call from a gentleman, and that gentleman introduced us to Nikola Lonchar. And he was doing flips over this little statue. But it's all in that, not for money, but why are you doing this? And so I apologize. I got a really soft voice. But like I said, it's great that, again, we're all going through life. In my case, I have to make. So it's not about, I do have to. These are going to be crazy.
I think the AI is also saying it doesn't get it. I just want to say one thing, that art and history collaborate together, right, for centuries to give us the facts that we know today. And I think that sometimes we forget how much art had impact on the history, because art is tangible and history is not. They work together, to collaborate together to give us the facts that we know of today. Because where the history is missing actual facts and documents due to wars or natural disasters, this is where the art is implemented, and we have those missing links through the paintings and art throughout the centuries. So we are making history now, as all of us in art and technology. Thank you.
Fantastic. So thank you very much. First of all, thank you to the panelists for this engaging discussion. Thank you for the audience. I think that the art deserves its own conference in the near future, and I'm going to work on it. I'm promising to all of you. Thank you again.
Thank you, the panelists. Great job, thank you so much. Ms. Jovana Nedic, First Consul, Embassy of Republic of Serbia in Washington, D.C.
I do not have soft voice as Stan, but I will use a microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends of Serbia, it is a true honor to stand before you today at the Tesla conference, a gathering that symbolizes the legacy of one of the greatest minds in history, Nikola Tesla, a man whose brilliance connects Serbia and the United States. Today, I'm here not only as a representative of the Serbian embassy in Washington, D.C., but as a proud participant in a new chapter of Serbia's relationships with its diaspora, especially Serbian Americans. This is a time of renewed energy and purpose, a time where the bonds between Serbia and its diaspora have never been stronger. Much of this progress is owed to the transformative leadership of Marko Đurić, first as our ambassador to Washington, D.C., and now as Serbia's Minister of Foreign Affairs. Under his leadership, Serbia has shown, after many years, that it deeply values and prioritizes its connection with the Serbian diaspora in the United States. Together, we have achieved milestones that seemed distant just a few years ago. We have built beautiful cooperation with numerous Serbian American communities from the West to the East Coast. For the first time in decades, we organized 2 major conferences of the Serbian diaspora in Washington, D.C., bringing together voices, talents, and ideas from across the United States. We also established the Strengthening the Ties project, a groundbreaking platform for communication and collaboration with the diaspora. Through this initiative, we are not only listening to our people abroad, but actively working alongside them to preserve and promote our shared heritage. At the embassy and the ambassador residence, we have hosted dozens of events celebrating our culture, history, and achievements. Moreover, we supported Serbian American communities in establishing their own events, empowering them to share their heritage proudly with the multicultural fabric of the United States. These efforts culminated in one mission: cultural diplomacy. It is the umbrella under which we operate, connecting hearts and minds across borders. Cultural diplomacy allows us to showcase the richness of Serbian heritage, the depth of our talent, and the resilience of our spirit. In the spirit of Nikola Tesla, who taught us that innovation and collaboration can illuminate the world, we are committed to ensuring that Serbian American community remains a vibrant part of our nation's story. Together, we are building bridges that will last for generations. On behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and especially our minister, I would like to thank Mr. Nikola Lončar. I do not see him here, and oh, you're there, okay. And all representatives of Tesla Science Foundation for doing and supporting us, collaborating with us for all 4 years since I came here. And we will support you now and future, and we wish you all the best for building bridges, for bringing Tesla and Tesla's nation to United States, for opening so many Tesla clubs all over the world. Here today with us is Ms. Jelena Živojinović, my colleague from the Serbian embassy in Havana, who is here to try to support and work together with the Tesla Foundation on opening a Tesla club in Havana since a Tesla patent has been registered officially in Cuba. Please correct me if I'm saying this wrong, but in English it should be like empowerment of fluid flow method. So thank you all, and thank you for continued support and education to our shared vision. Serbia sees you, Serbia values you, and stand with you. Thank you so much. Hvala.
Thank you so much, Jovana. Now something special. So Tesla Science Foundation presents to Jovana Nedic for persistent and dedicated work in strengthening connections between Serbia and diaspora and promotion of Tesla people in the world. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, lunch break. Thank you. See you in like an hour. Thank you so much.
Onda se vidimo mi u 1:10.
Onako ga upravi.
Diskutabilno, da. Da.